Good evening. We're tracking major developments in the Middle East tonight as the conflict between the US, Israel, and Iran enters its fourth week. We'll break down what's happening on the ground, the ripple effects across global energy markets, and what officials are warning about as winter approaches. We're now deep into the fourth week of military operations involving the US and Israel against Iran, marking a significant escalation in regional tensions. The conflict has evolved considerably since it began, with multiple strikes and counterstrikes reshaping the strategic landscape across the Middle East. Military analysts say the sustained nature of these operations suggests this isn't a brief, contained exchange, but rather a more prolonged confrontation that could have lasting consequences for the region. Intelligence officials are closely monitoring Iranian response capabilities and assessing whether additional strikes are likely. The operations have involved sophisticated military coordination between American and Israeli forces, with targets spanning multiple locations. Regional allies and adversaries alike are watching closely to see how far this conflict will extend and whether diplomatic off-ramps might emerge. The international community remains deeply concerned about civilian casualties and the potential for further escalation. Military experts emphasize that the coming days and weeks will be critical in determining whether this conflict stabilizes or intensifies further. The conflict is already sending shockwaves through global energy markets, with European officials sounding the alarm about potential winter shortages. Iran's attack on a major Qatar facility has disrupted gas supplies at a critical moment, just as Europe heads into the colder months when heating demands surge. Gas prices have become volatile and elevated, threatening to undermine Europe's carefully planned energy storage targets for winter. The European Union is now urging member states to accelerate their gas storage efforts, recognizing that the current conflict could create serious supply challenges. Energy analysts warn that if disruptions continue, European nations could face difficult choices about rationing or energy restrictions during peak winter demand. The situation is particularly precarious because Europe has been working to reduce its dependence on Russian energy following previous geopolitical tensions. This new Middle Eastern conflict introduces fresh uncertainty into already fragile supply chains. Officials are coordinating emergency response plans and exploring alternative energy sources, but the window to prepare adequately is narrowing as winter approaches. The conflict in the Middle East is no longer just a regional military matter. It's reshaping energy security and economic planning across the globe. We'll continue monitoring these developments closely as the situation unfolds. Thank you for joining us this evening.